lovely people, and it's welcome to it's episode 5, part 1 of Richard Matt's House of Horrors.
This episode is going to be based on horror films that are based on true stories, some of which you'll know well, some of which I didn't know were based on true stories. So
yeah, it's been fun, like based doing a bit of research and all that.
So the first one is probably the most well-known case for a horror film based on true story, and that's the Amityville Horror.
Yes, yeah, it's good films, I think, and it's so it's based on like it's like George and Kathy Lutz and their three kids. So yeah, so basically it's George and Kathy Lutz with their 3 kids, two boys and a girl, and they basically move into it's obviously now known as
The Amityville House.
Amityville House, but it's 112 Ocean Drive, and
It's still there now.
yeah, I mean they basically moved in. It was like 1 month after it's like Ronald DeFeo Jr. had brutally murdered his whole family. So he murdered his mum, dad, and his 2 sisters and 2 brothers with
37 caliber rifle.
35 caliber.
Okay.
35 caliber rifle.
You always want 2 inches more.
And basically, he apparently like shot him in the back of the head. He shot the parents twice.
Yeah.
And he shot his siblings once, basically.
And then he went to the bar and he tried to make up a story saying that he thinks his family's been killed
by it was by a hitman or basically a mobster kind of thing. And and
then in '86 he came out with another story saying it was the sister who killed the dad, and then the mum had killed the rest of the family, so he killed the mum.
He was coming up with quite a few little sort of stories, I suppose. I suppose he wanted to like basically sell a few books and all this sort of stuff, but
A few films.
But apparently, what actually piqued the police's interest was when he started asking about his dad's will, basically, like life insurance, when he could actually claim that, and I think that really put them onto him. And then he confessed, basically. But then he still comes up with a few stories here and there and all that sort of stuff. Apparently his name in prison is Butch. Wow.
I wonder why.
I bet he's dropped the soap a good few times.
So yeah, the original Amityville is based actually on the Lutz family moving into the house, not the DeFeo killings.
Yeah.
So the Lutz family survived in the house for 28 days, and they claimed all sorts of paranormal stuff was happening to them.
Yeah, and they basically called in Ed and it's Lorraine Warren, who, like, if you're a horror fan, you would know them. They are the people. They're the psychic people from it's the Conjuring film.
And Annabelle.
It's Annabelle.
Paranormal investigators.
Yeah, real life paranormal investigators, and they actually called them in and they checked over the house, and they actually claimed that there was like forces.
Yeah.
In the house. But it's funny because apparently, like, after the actual Lutzes moved out, obviously other families have moved in, and there was no like paranormal activity or anything like that. And it's a rumor has it that they actually had before they moved in, they were getting in contact. Basically, They obviously moved in there for a reason, and I think they actually moved in there because they thought they could make money off of the Ronald DeFeo Jr. killings, and I think they were getting in contact with film crews and all this sort of stuff. So I think there's a little something sus there, kind of thing.
They're clever.
Yeah, it is clever. They exploited it, but you basically got quite a lot of people who are like, saying they don't really believe them and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah,
but. Definitely Ed and Lorraine, like Warren.
They believed it.
Very interesting.
Yeah, they have a little museum that you can go and visit now in America.
I think it's in Ohio.
I don't know. I'd like to go. I'd like to see it.
Yeah, and they got all sort of like paranormal sort of stuff there, and as you can tell, we're both into that kind of stuff.
We're not now.
But I mean, they're definitely very interesting. They also apparently were something to do with It's an American Haunting. I've obviously seen the film, but I don't know too much about that kind of story.
Yeah. I don't know.
Obviously Annabelle.
Annabelle with the doll,
which is a spin-off to like Conjuring, and obviously that doll's in the Conjuring.
Yeah. And they have that doll in that museum that we were saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually in a little. Well, we're not
in
a
a
little.
box.
It's in a glass sort of box, isn't it?
They say it's the most evil thing in that whole museum, and that no one can touch it.
Yeah, very interesting. I think that sort of stuff. You know?
But going back to Amityville, the original, and then there was a sequel in 1981 or 2, which was actually based on the DeFeo killings.
Yeah,
and it starred Paulie from Rocky, Burt Young.
Good old Burt.
So yeah, that's actually based on DeFeo, whereas the original is based on the Lutz family moving in after the DeFeo. But they're both based on true stories.
I haven't seen the original or the sequel in years. Get out! For goodness sake, get out!
Yeah. Yours sounds more like Arnie. It's okay.
But I'll probably have to give a revisit to that. I did actually watch the remake.
I like the remake.
Probably about a year ago. It gets panned, but I
liked it.
Quite a fan of it. It's Ryan Reynolds
and Melissa George.
It's Melissa George as well, yeah. You know, two very good actors, I think. But yeah, it was a good remake. But yeah, basically, so you they're definitely a very interesting couple. Yeah.
Another film based on a true story that I'm really interested in, even though the film's probably not that great, is Primeval. It's a little known 2007 crocodile flick starring Dominic Purcell and Orlando Jones, and it's based on the legend of Gustav, the Nile crocodile who allegedly killed up to 300 people, and their attempts to capture him, which didn't go well.
I ain't seen the film, but obviously I'm a big fan of crocodiles. My favourite reptile, basically. It definitely sounds like a film I'll give a watch to. I mean, the film might kind of suck, but
the film's not great.
Yeah,
but the true story is it gets a bit political as well. Like there's warlords involved, and they allowed people to come in and try and capture this beast that was killing everyone. And they set up for a month to capture him, and it didn't work. And he's still around today, eating people.
And he apparently basically weighed up to like 2,000 pounds, which is like 900 kilos. 900 kilos. And speaking of, it's like creature features. You've got Open Water, which is a film that came out in 2004, and I'm not sure when the actual thing was like based around, but it basically rolls around a couple who were with kind of like a tour group in Australia, and they were going to like the Great Barrier Reef to do scuba diving and all this sort of stuff, and the actual tour group or the tour guides kind of miscounted their like life jackets and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, there was a mix up with the life jackets.
And two people, it's an American couple, got basically stranded, and pretty much like it's quite a grim. It's
not a nice way to go.
No, it's a little bit of a depressing film. It's a good film, but it's a bit of a depressing film watching it. Makes you want to go toilet a lot because like they're in water the whole freaking time, pretty much. Like but yeah, it's I mean, what are you gonna? I mean, me personally, I can't swim, so I'd be fucked anyway. But what are you gonna do against fucking? I mean, what and so was it a great white shark or
no? I think it was tiger or bull shark.
Yeah.
And during filming, they actually had sharks around them. So
yeah, I'm sorry. Tiger or bull shark, you ain't gonna fuck around with them, mate.
So, basically, they've gone diving. Yeah. They've done their swim. They've somehow got separated from the group.
They probably did it on purpose, like separated. You know what I mean? Because
And then they've gone up to the shore, and the boat's not there.
Yeah, they actually see the boat like going away, and nah.
Now, what do you do in that situation?
Yeah,
you're stranded at sea.
You're stranded. They're and so where are you going to swim to? Because they've obviously gone like far out into the Great Barrier Reef.
You can't swim it. Yeah.
Nah. But I mean,
it's awful.
Yeah, it's depressing.
I feel sad now.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's a good film if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, and it spawned a sequel.
Yeah.
Adrift. I don't know how. I think it's based on true stories again, but it's not.
Or it could be just Hollywood.
Yeah.
Trying to like make some money out of it.
Yeah, it's not as good as Open Water anyway.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it kind of seemed to be more of a film.
Yeah. It had like the jock and it had stupid people.
Kind of like stupid Americans, basically. That's kind of what it was.
No offense, America.
Yeah, we love you, America. But in this particular film, they were stupid Americans. And
so basically, in Adrift, these yuppie types have a boat, bastards, jump off the boat into the water. The last person jumps off the boat, doesn't bring down the ladder for them to get back on the boat.
Numpties.
So how are they going to get back on the boat? And then it's all about the psychological warfare between them, the blame culture, and how they're going to survive. And if I remember right, I think only one does. And if I remember right, it's a really stupid way she gets back on the boat. They've left the baby on the boat as well, just to add to the torment.
Yeah,
I can't remember how she gets back on, but it was a stupid way.
Yeah, it wasn't I don't think it was a very good film.
No, it's not.
I did like the first one.
Yeah,
kind of, I said, a bit depressing, but like
I like the first
still
one.
very good. And then obviously this one.
I watched the Drift, and I didn't know it was open water too.
Yeah.
So
and another film that we like that is like loosely based on a true story, and we say loosely.
It's very loose.
It is very loosely based
it's
on a true story.
looser than a prostitute on a Saturday.
It's The Strangers. Now we saw that film at Fright Fest 2008, and that for me was, I think it was actually the film off of the Fright Fest.
Yeah.
That and Eden Lake for me. But yeah, basically, so it's about like three like pretty much like fucking lunatics. They're like killers basically, who just base happen to it's like knock at the door, and you know it stars, it's like Liv Tyler and Scott Speedman.
Yeah. They're
kind of like a couple in it who were going through a bit of a rough patch, and they open a door, and then there's two girls and a guy, and the girl basically says, "Is this person there?" And this person doesn't live there, and he says, "Sorry, that person doesn't actually live here." And then the girl goes away, and then because he actually answered the door, then
they torment him.
They torment the couple, and
it's loosely based on a true story because the director said that it's based on people knock on the door, and if you answered it, the next day you'd be burgled or something would happen.
This is when he was growing up, basically.
Yeah.
So like, if you answered the door, they would say that thing, "Is this person here?" And you would say no, and then they'd go away. And if you didn't open the door, they would basically rob your house. Yeah. And that's where it's based on a true story.
But we all know that feeling when someone knocks on your door, that fear of who it is. Everyone does it. I do it. If someone knocks on my door at 10 o'clock at night, I'm like, who the hell is that?
And it's normally Amazon. you know, like he's.
Then I'm happy.
With Amazon with that DVDs for me
at 10 o'clock at night. You got strange.
I basically had probably 8 o'clock, I reckon. Yeah.
Nice present.
And so join us for it's episode 5, part 2.